You know, companies should focus on building project leadership skills such as communication, negotiation, organizational change management, and customer relationship management. But we don't think that's going to happen. It's unfortunate but true that most companies are more comfortable focusing on hard project and program management skills than they are in examining the underlying people skills required to deliver successful projects and programs. If they don't want the same year-over-year results, organizations will need to seek out alternatives to develop leadership skills for their project community. Hopefully we're wrong, and in 2013 we'll see the shift. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Trying is the first step to failure. That's probably not a motto you want to live your life by, but all too often it's true in the Agile world. But why? Studies clearly show that Agile can help reduce costs, speed time to market, and improve quality. Still, in 2013, many organizations will continue to fall short in realizing the Agile promise. Among the reasons are that the professionals assigned to Agile projects simply aren't trained in its use, and organizations are not culturally ready to embrace its principles. You can't just train a few Scrum Masters and call it a day. The Scrum team, including developers, testers, and product owners, need to know how the method works. In particular, the organizations need to understand how they can help break down the cultural barriers to adoption. It is critical for the adoption of Agile. We've come full circle. For decades, project manager was a role that people just sort of fell into by accident. But that's changed over the past 20 years. Career paths have been developed, hundreds of thousands have been certified, and now the profession is established. But in the process, have we built walls around the discipline? Don't business units like HR, sales, marketing, and legal need their employees trained in project management as well? It might not be a classic view of those roles, but each corporate discipline manages projects, even if they don't view their work through that lens. The point is, there are not enough project managers to go around, and these groups have got to get their projects done. Look for the emergence of the informal project manager in 2013. Any project failure is ugly, but if you happen to be in the vicinity when a really big one goes down, you're going to wish the Mayan calendar was right. Unfortunately, the impact and interplay of downsizing, complexity, and outsourcing make for a pretty lethal cocktail in today's environment. Projects in engineering, construction management, oil and gas exploration, major weapons systems development, and large transportation initiatives often involve major outsourcing of work. These projects may include thousands of people as well as impressive levels of technical complexity that few companies are successful in managing. And the problems are further complicated because many organizations have lost the in-house expertise needed to monitor the level of quality being delivered. All too often, contractors are calling the shots because they both design and build. As a result, in 2013, we will see more organizations build up their in-house expertise to ensure that their contractors are doing the right job. A Navy pilot gave me some good advice about complexity. He told me once that an F-16 has 300 gauges. 5 of them will kill you. Watch those 5. PMOs are similar in that they add value to the organization in many different ways. But in doing that, it's easy to lose focus on what's most important. More organizations are conducting PMO audits to identify areas where the PMO can accelerate its evolution and provide the very highest levels of value. PMO directors who understand that their roles are not just delivering projects, but contributing to the overall performance of the business, will identify key business metrics and begin a process of measurement to baseline themselves against those metrics. In 2013, PMO leaders will need to answer the question, what have you done for me lately? And was it worth the effort? Government PM certification is likely to get an upgrade in 2013. In order to receive funding for major IT projects, civilian agencies are required to have certified project managers, in fact PPM. Guidelines for certification are managed by the Federal Acquisition Institute, which recently has reduced what they will accept for minimum training requirements. Consequently, there's been a veritable land rush to implement shorter training programs just to earn these mandatory certifications. The result is a noticeable deterioration in training quality, causing criticism from some sectors claiming that a U.S. government employee who has earned the certification may not be the best person to run the project. There's a big difference between certified and qualified. In 2013, we're likely to see the federal government, through the Office of Federal Procurement Policy, take action to bolster the quality of the certification. Scope creep, poor quality, missed deadlines, blown budgets. These are all problems for every project, but multiply it times 3 for an outsourced project. And outsourcing is on the rise. So what will a proactive organization do in 2013? First, start with requirements. Much of what we find in vendor management issues has to do with how requirements for outsourced projects were written in the first place. Unclear, incomplete, and inaccurate requirements only create uncertainty and confusion. Mandating that a contractor provide deliverables against a set of confusing requirements is just asking for trouble. Next, select the appropriate contract type. It seems obvious, but it happens over and over again. Make sure that your people are trained to select the right contract for the appropriate requirements. Finally, assign people with the right skills to work with contractors. Smart organizations will seek to understand the nature of their outsourcing needs and assign highly qualified people to draft requirements and manage these relationships. We will certainly see more organizations addressing this critical need in 2013. It's a bad trend, but it's likely to continue. PMOs will stay in the crosshairs in the coming year. ESI research shows that the average lifespan of the PMO is about 4 years. Unfortunately, that number is likely to drop if project performance continues to underwhelm executives and stakeholders. PMOs have been tasked with solving the problem, but in many cases are not given the resources and authority to do the job. Status quo is a death sentence. To survive, PMOs will need to narrow their focus on those areas that drive the very highest business value, and they'll need to be very persuasive in demonstrating their achievements. It's all about alignment. We're witnessing more companies investing in IT and process improvements to get a better handle on the full scope of the project-based investments occurring across their businesses. In many cases, they are either tweaking or completely overhauling their portfolio management approach to make sure that strategy and execution meet in the middle. As organizations seek to reconstruct their portfolio hierarchies, they will require strong expertise in portfolio management principles and practices, and a healthy dose of diplomatic and political skills to get everyone headed in the same direction. Will PMI develop a certification in portfolio management this year? We'll have to wait and see. Most companies adopt Agile with the expectation that they'll accelerate time to market. And when executed by skilled professionals in an organization ready for the shift, it will. Companies might be surprised, however, to find that speed is not the top benefit. According to a recent study by Version 1, time to market only ranks 5th among Agile adopters. What was the top benefit? The ability to manage changing priorities. So in 2013, should this cause an organization to rethink its use of Agile? Not at all. But the reason they stay at the party may not be the reason they came.